Ezra Miller, the gift that keeps on giving, always seems
Back
to be
in the news. So shocking.
What's going on? Okay, so one of the things that while the whole, and this thing's been going on for years now, like literally years, this whole thing's been going on. And one of the things that's been going on for years is the whole idea is, what is Warner Brothers doing behind the scenes? Now, of course, we've covered the fact that, yes, we understand they are not Ezra Miller's keeper. They are not responsible for Ezra Miller. They did not cause Ezra Miller's problems, but still, they have a business tie to them that could directly financially affect one of their properties. What's going on? And for the longest time, it was nothing. Well, the Hollywood Reporter is now saying that no, they've had some communication, and they are weighing three options, says the Hollywood Reporter. That when it comes to the Ezra Miller situation, they are weighing three options. And it's basically what we've been saying this whole time with one little bit of a surprise. We'll talk about what that surprise is for a second. Here's what the Hollywood Reporter is saying the three options are. A source with knowledge of the situation says that the studio appears to be preparing for three possible scenarios, okay? Scenario number one. Warner's has received indications that the 29-year-old Miller, whose mother has accompanied him and the actor in recent days. So I guess Ezra's mom's around him. I know when I'm going off the rails, nothing sets me more straight than when my mom's there. That helps. It's been accompanying the actor in recent days. Will seek professional help after returning home to their farm in Vermont after being away. If that help does happen, Miller, who goes by the they, them pronouns, would give an interview at some point explaining their erratic behavior over the past few years. The actor could then do limited press for The Flash, and the movie would open in cinemas as planned. Okay, I'll be honest with you. To me, this is the one option that's a bit of a surprise. I thought this one was right off the table. But apparently what Warner Brothers is saying is like, hey, okay, got your mom around you now? Great. Getting professional help? If they do get professional help, great. Now, if that happens, and you're willing then to do an interview, to talk, lay it all out, just come clean, just lay it all out, talk about your erratic behavior, start maybe the mending process of the reputation you have destroyed and have hurt us along with it. By us, I mean Warner Brothers. I don't mean us, the fans. Hurt us along with it. Okay, we could be amenable. I mean, you'll never be Flash again, but we could be amenable to you participating in some of the promotion for the film, maybe even doing a premiere, and y'all get to go to the premiere. Like, maybe. That, to me, this is the one option that I'm surprised to hear, because I thought this one was off the table. All right. The next two ones are ones that we've pretty much been saying. The Hollywood Reporter goes on to say the following. The second scenario, even if Miller doesn't reach out for help, Warner's could still release the film. But don't expect Miller to play any role in terms of marketing and publicity, nor would Miller be the Flash going forward, as the role would be recast in future projects. All right, this is what we've been saying is going to happen, right? I've been saying for a while now, you're not going to see Ezra on the press tour. They might even do a premiere, because you can't just not have Ezra there, because that becomes too glaring in their absence, right? It's just best not to have a premiere. So that's what we think is pretty much the most likely scenario of what will happen. Not definite, but I think the most likely scenario that we've been saying is that the movie just gets released. They're not going to have Ezra be any part of the marketing one way or the other, and they probably won't even do a premiere. So that's kind of what I think the most likely one is. So that's what they say is scenario number two. Then comes the third scenario. Says the Hollywood Reporter that Warner Brothers is considering. The third case, things go from bad to worse, with the situation with Miller deteriorating even further. This would see Warner Brothers killing the movie outright, as it could not reshoot with a different actor. Miller plays multiple characters and is in almost every scene in the movie. Scrapping a $200 million film, of course, would be an unprecedented move. So one of the other things we've been saying here is that, look, hell or high water, they're putting this movie out, unless things get even more wacky or unstable or untenable. Like we said jokingly, like if news comes out next week that Miller kills somebody or whatever. I mean, obviously that changes the situation. I don't think taking a couple of bottles of wine from somebody's house is works towards that. But I mean, if 3 more stories come out between now and like January, February, each one progressively worse from the stuff that's already happened, obviously then that changes the scenario. But we've been saying that for a while, Rob. We've been saying, they're going to release this movie. That is clearly what they're doing. And the only way that changes is if, as Hollywood Reporter is saying, the situation gets even worse and like 3 or 4 more things, which, hey, listen, could very well happen. I don't know. We want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. Now, guys, you've heard me talk about the fact that part of my morning routine is getting on my treadmill. And when I do, I always have my Raycon earbuds there to listen to my podcasts and YouTube videos. I go to them every morning. Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever. With optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit, these earbuds are so comfortable and they will not budge. Trust me. Raycon gives you 8 hours of playtime and 32-hour battery life. And the best part for me is that Raycons are priced just right. You get quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. That's half the price. And with premium features like noise isolation, awareness mode, and I personally love the earbud tap functions, it's perfect for when I'm on the treadmill. So guys, go to buyraycon.com/Campea today and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Campea to get 15% off. buyraycon.com/Campea. Rob, you're seeing these 3 scenarios they're laying out. Option number 1 is the most optimistic. Option number 2 is the most realistic. Option number 3, the most pessimistic. Are these the 3 options Warner Brothers should be weighing, and which one do you think ultimately would be the one that works out?
I think these are the 3 options that Ezra Miller himself should be weighing, because this is his life, and for all the craziness that's happening, what I don't understand is the dude. How many people in Hollywood, whether you're a director, whether you're an actor, have dreamt of being in a $200 million movie as the star? And he's worked his way up. He's had a career, over a decade-long career, and they have really worked their ass off to be in the place where they are. I mean, whether it was Perks of Being a Wallflower, whether it was, we have to talk about Kevin.
Oh, that was so good.
They've worked really hard.
Yeah.
Why torpedo a career like this? I don't understand. Like, how do anybody would want to be in this place that they are in right now? And I really like Ezra Miller as a performer, and I like him as the Flash. Hell, I have a hot toy of Ezra Miller that I'm going to bring in here, and they are going to sit right where Wolverine is now. And I'm going to do it proudly.
Well, listen, I'll tell you right now, like with all the nonsense of the way Miller's behaved, I still think Miller's a good Flash.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. That doesn't mean I believe that Miller should still be allowed to be Flash after this movie's done. I don't. But I mean, I don't care. I don't care who knows it. I think he's been really good as the Flash.
Oh, and I just keep thinking about everybody that's still working on the film.
Yeah. Especially Muschietti.
I do. I know. I mean, he's got to make sure that movie's great, no matter what's going on. He has to assume that, yes, we are going to release this movie. He has to be in post every day, approving effect shots, being in editorial. I mean, and him and his wife produces with him. So
let me put this to you again. What do you think is going to be the most likely outcome here? Out of those 3 scenarios that it looks like Warner Brothers is considering, what do you think is the most likely outcome?
I think they're going to release the film, and I think that they are going to get the help that they need. Ezra Miller is going to get the help.
Really? So you think the more optimistic one, the number 1, that maybe even Ezra Miller does do press for it?
Well, you said something. I saw pictures of them with their mother.
Their mom.
And it was great because there's pictures of Ezra was just on his phone and his mom was sitting there. Then you could see his mom standing up and like was looking at whoever was, it was like paparazzi photos. And she was like standing there defiant. Don't take pictures of us.
Don't mess with a mom. Man.
Yeah. And
don't mess with a mom.
I think they're going to get straightened out by mom.
All right, Chris, you see 3 options that the Hollywood Reporter is saying that Warner Brothers of a movie that probably doesn't exist. Theoretically, this theoretical movie. What do you think of these 3? Which of these 3 options do you think is going to be the one that ultimately happens?
Option 3, the Chris Carr called it option. I truly, I hope Ezra gets all the help that they need. And I'm so glad their mom is stepping in and there. Because like you guys were saying, a mom can get you right. And I really hope they get all the help they need. I do not see Ezra doing any press whatsoever for this film. should it come out.
I can't see it
I don't see that happening at all. Do we love a comeback story? Absolutely,
love it.
we
We
do.
love it.
We
Yeah.
love when somebody perseveres, gets the help they need, comes back strong, and apologizes, and also changes their behavior. That's the big key here is you can't just apologize for that behavior. You have to actually make a change as part of your atonement. So if we continue to see these kinds of outbursts and stealing liquor from people's homes, are you 12?
That's just baffling.
What is happening? So all of that behavior needs to be changed, and they definitely need help. I don't see them ever being the Flash ever again.
No.
We've talked about this
Yeah.
tremendously. There's a reason why we don't see the Flash, their face, in the Shazam ad. You know,
Yep.
we see Batfleck and we don't see Ezra.
We see Jason, but we don't see Ezra.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we know that these are people who are going to continue having a relationship with DC. I don't see Ezra having that. I truly think if this behavior continues to escalate, this movie's not going to happen because it's just so tainted right now. I think I will give all of you that it probably will get released. It probably will if there's actual footage
So
and
you're
they put
saying
it
it's
together. If they filmed it and they finished it, I think they would follow through on it. I don't think this movie's done.
And by the way, I again, to reiterate, I agree with you that but I've been saying this for a while, if more stuff keeps coming out and the
It's not gonna
situation gets
happen.
worse, then Warner Brothers will be in a position, like right now, I believe you can just release this film, get it over with, make whatever money you're going to make on it, reduce your losses as much as you can, and then move on. But I've said for a while, if Ezra Miller's behavior continues
Yeah.
and it keeps escalating,
It does not reflect the
Then
brand
they
in
gotta
the
pull
way
the
they
plug on
want
it.
to have the brand right
I
now.
agree.
And also, I really think it's being pivoted so it's not so much a Flash movie. So I wouldn't even call it a Flash movie.
I still
it happens
think
to be a
Batman
DC
Flashpoint
film.
is on the table.
Exactly.
And also, it's 10 months away from release.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
A lot can happen in 10 months. That's a lot of news cycles.
Whew.
By then, who's going to remember any of this?
Me.
Will.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? The three options that Warner Brothers seems to be weighing in on right now. And do you think maybe there should be a fourth or a fifth, whatever? Which of those three options, not do you think they should do? Which one of these three options do you actually believe will be the one that ultimately wins out? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there.